Hi again. Today we're going to finish reading Ezra, and so we're into chapter 10, and this is a hard chapter for us to read from a 21st century viewpoint, I think. The 113 men who divorce their wives and leave their children without us really understanding how that could work. These vulnerable people are not being cared for. We don't know what their fate is. We don't know what's going to happen to them, and that's really too much for me to tackle in a 3-minute video. I know some people try to get over it by saying, look, it means 20,000 of them didn't divorce their women, but that's little solace. I suggest you can look into that and what apologists and commentators say about that if you're interested in chapter 10 for that. What I wanted to highlight today as we wrap up this series is something from this passage, is the need for action that follows confession. You see, we can't simply confess to something and then not change our actions. That's a weak attempt to regain peace, but it's a peace that is temporary. It will be broken as soon as we go back to our ways. When we say we are sorry, we must, in order to be honest and satisfying, we must intend to change the pattern. We must intend to not do it again. Now sure, maybe we will do it again, but we must intend not to start with. One pattern most of us admit nonchalantly, without a lot of concern to change, is that we work too much. We rest too little. We struggle to take our bodies seriously, our relationships seriously. Sabbath is a helpful practice that we can literally turn towards in the sense of repenting. Sorry, liver, I treat you too hard. I take a Sabbath from alcohol. Sorry, spouse, I don't spend enough time with you, wooing you, loving you, listening to you. Wow, we could Sabbath together. Spend time together in God's presence. Sorry to the children that you don't play enough games with you, don't teach them everything I know, I don't listen to you or be taught by you or demonstrate my love for you. I struggle to teach you that you are more important than my phone, my iPad, my job, or my hobby. Well, we could Sabbath together. Sabbath from the elements of life that pull me away from you. We say, sorry God, I don't read your word enough or pray enough or live the life of faith I feel called to. Sabbath to help me reorganize my priorities. My point today is really simple. The confession part, the saying sorry, is we think hard, but it's actually the easy part. The hard part is the need to follow up with a form of action. Very often, this is the helpful part. When we take Sabbath, we create space for finding what matters in our lives, for being able to follow through on some of those. We can think through, where do I find myself apologizing regularly, and how might I change my actual habits or attitudes or ways. In this chapter 10, you have this radical reversal of a group of people doing something they understand to be wrong and then taking the difficult decision, the costly decision to change the way they're living their lives. That's one of the things that has to happen in repentance, an actual attempt at change. And we will slide back, and that's where faith comes in, that's where the forgiveness comes in, that's where the mercy of God comes in. But that's not a free pass to simply confess or say we're sorry with no intention of changing what we're doing. None of us are satisfied when our spouses or friends do that, and we shouldn't be. True repentance, true confession, true apologizing requires action going forward.